And outside here, it is a perfect, crisp September morning, Grant. Thank you so much as we are live from Independence Mall here on this Tuesday morning, steps away from where Kamala Harris and Donald Trump will square off just hours from now in tonight's highly anticipated debate. As the eyes of the country, they're going to be on Philadelphia tonight. And as you can imagine, security here is extremely tight. We have seen the barricades all over Independence Mall, really all over Old City and the surrounding area near the National Constitution here behind us. Now, so as security is a top priority, Philadelphia's Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel says his department is working with state and local officials to ensure everybody's safety.
We will have a substantial number of men and women down on the ground supporting the efforts in that area.
And there are possible protests planned for today as well. Law enforcement agencies say they are closely monitoring the situation. And as you know, tonight's debate will be pivotal. This really could help decide the race in November. The campaigns for both Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump, they know a lot is riding on tonight. Our Howard Monroe just below us here on Independence Mall to tell us more about it. Howard, good morning.
Good morning to you, Janelle. We do know that the vice president, she is staying in a hotel just about 10 blocks away from here. Meanwhile, the former president is in New York. He's expected here in Philadelphia later on today. And as you mentioned, this debate could be critical because new CBS News polling is showing that this race is neck and neck.
Both campaigns are laser focused on today's debate at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia, a crucial moment that could shake up this close race.
Are you ready, Madam Vice President?
Ready.
Is anybody going to be watching?
The latest CBS News Battleground poll shows razor-thin margins between the two candidates in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. With mail-in ballots going out to voters and early in-person voting starting September 20th, the debate could have an outsized impact. Trump won Pennsylvania in 2016, but it flipped for Biden in 2020. Polls show Harris and Trump are in a neck-and-neck race in the state. A recent CBS News poll shows 58% of likely voters consider gun policy a major factor. The economy is top of mind. Harris and Trump are trying hard to convince voters that they'll do more for them and for businesses in America. When it comes to debate preparations, Trump has been reviewing policy positions with advisors. According to a senior Harris campaign official, the vice president has been prepping in Pennsylvania and has gone back to the drawing board in her debate strategy. While Harris had planned to pepper Trump with questions, her campaign has had to seek out a new approach, fearing that her ability to most effectively engage with the former president will be hampered by the microphone restrictions. Speaking of the rules, microphones will be muted when the other candidate is answering. There will be no live audience, and the candidates will have no notes.
And the economy, foreign policy, and border security are the main topics that we are expecting the moderators to ask these two nominees about. Janelle, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Howard, thank you for that report. And the 2024 election, it will be the first time that a lot of college students will be casting a ballot in a national political race. Widener University is one of a number of schools across our region hosting watch parties tonight to watch the candidates face off. And now with just 56 days until Election Day, the university in Delaware County is also helping students get registered and ready to vote. Rakisha Bailey joining us live from Widener's campus this morning. And Rakisha, you're talking with students, getting the pulse of how they're feeling ahead of tonight's matchup. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Janelle. Well, you know, young voters are very influential to just every election, especially this election. So that's right. We've got several joining us this morning. I'm going to start with Taylor, who is a senior. So, Taylor, what is the pulse of the campus? What are some of the concerns that you're hearing from your peers?
I think some of the biggest social issues that I think people are concerned about are gun control and reproductive justice. But I think generally there's just a concern about partisanship and whether or not we're able to have civil conversations with each other.
Okay. And Isis, I'm going to come on over to you because who knows? Everyone's watching tonight. Some people might not have decided if they're going to vote, or who they're going to vote for. Do you think tonight's debate is going to sway people?
I think people are pretty much know who they want to vote for, but I do think for those who are unsure or not thinking about voting, this may be influential. Yeah.
Okay, good, very good. Now, you guys, these are some of our first-year students, so they are new to this whole process. How are you feeling about tonight? What are you most looking forward to hearing from the candidates?
I'm excited to watch the debate tonight. I haven't had time to do real research on who I want to vote for or what the issues are. I kind of already know who I'm going to vote for, but I want to see how both candidates stand.
Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to pop right on over here to Ryan. And Ryan is also a communications major who I think wants to take one of our jobs, you guys. So, Ryan, I'm going to ask you, if you had to ask the candidates one question, if you got to meet either one of them, what would it be?
As a college student, I would say student loans because, number one, I like to have money, and I'd like to know what their stances are because I haven't heard a ton from both of them just yet.
Okay, very good. Well, hopefully we will find some answers to that, at least leading into the actual election itself. So, Janelle, here you have it. You know, we're here with students. We're going to be here with them again at 7 o'clock. But more importantly, after the debate, they're actually going to be holding discussions, talking about the candidates tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow morning here at Widener University. Sending it back to you.
Their viewpoints are so important, and their votes really could help decide this race, Waukesha. Nice to see them active and involved. I remember casting my first ballot for a presidential race. It's an exciting time for them as well. Waukesha, thank you.